So one of the many reasons to go with the Starlink Mini over the original is the portability aspect. Not only that, but since it draws such a lower power consumption on average, this is one of the best options you can get for traveling even when there might not be a close outlet to use. This is usable without actually directly connecting to another power source aside from maybe even a power bank or a power generator that is portable and not necessarily as large as you might think. You can power a Starlink Mini with 10,000 milliamp, 12,000, 24, 60, 90,000 milliamp hour batteries, and we have some to show you that are our favorite ideas. Now, having said that, these obviously will always eventually run out. Just going to depend on how long you plan to use your internet for before having to recharge the power bank. But in a pinch, or if you don't want to run wires, depending on where you're at, this could be a great simple solution for anybody that might be out in the wild or just not around a plug that is convenient, or your power might be out and you need another way to power it, but don't want to have a completely large home generator. So I'll throw all those affiliate links up down below. If you're thinking about picking up Starlink too, if you use that referral code we have, you'll get your first month of service for free after you initially sign up for that initial month. So we've been using it now for a little while. This thing is surprisingly awesome. The portability makes it that much better. And now being able to use a barrel adapter to a USB-C port to use on one of these power banks, this could be the way to go. Let's jump into it. So anytime you want to take your Starlink Mini somewhere else and feel like there might not be a good power source, you can now buy these new USB-C to barrel roll adapters to plug into Starlink and utilize power banks as its main power source. So the ones you're going to see are all from Anchor. I am not sponsored in any way. I bought all these with my own money. So I wanted to show you that's how truly I believe in these products. And really, you're going to see three different size ones, this being the smallest, coming in at, I believe, 12,000 milliamp hour batteries. It is, with 130 watt peak charging. This is way overkill for what you will need, but it is literally as simple as taking it and plugging in that barrel roll, and you can see the barrel roll to USB-C adapter, I should say. You can see the screen came right on, even though it might be a little faint. Hopefully you can see it, and it is actually starting to pull 35 watts right now. I like all of these because they do give you how much remaining charge time to give you an idea and the current wattage that's being pulled. Starlink Mini, when it starts up, pulls in right around 40 watts. As you can see here, it's still hovering around 35. After it adjusts, it will fluctuate between 20 to 25, which makes this ideal for a portable battery pack. The beauty of this too, once you get all synced up and charged, you will obviously be able to still be very movable and portable, depending on where you want to locate this to find the ideal position. And you can see in the app, it is already turning on and going to start connecting. This does take a few minutes, so we're not going to go through the process on each power bank since that's irrelevant to the current conversation. But what I wanted to show you is a 12,000 milliamp hour power bank here will only give you probably about an hour and a half of time. This is at 70%. So keep that in mind. That is where you're going to be kind of handcuffed depending on the battery size. Moving on beyond that one, the next one is going to be a 24,000 milliamp hour battery. Again, like I said, Anchor, much larger in size. And we're going to do the same thing here. Just plug it in. You will see Anchor automatically comes up. And right now, again, it's pulling in about 34 watts getting started. And let's see exactly how much time remaining this will give us once that settles down. The beauty is the startup process, when it starts to pull in all of those watts, it does settle down pretty quick, back to that 20-25 like we saw and you just witnessed as well. But on here, if it was to continue pulling 35 watts, you're looking at about an hour and a half battery. So again, might not be ideal for a lot of people, just depending on how much time you need to keep this connected. You might not be running it all the time, but even if not, you got to keep in mind every time you repower it on, it's going to have that higher power draw. So you can see we're stabilizing around 20-24 now, and we've jumped to about 2 hours of usage. 210 is exactly what it's showing at 23 watts, so not bad at all here. Now, the last one I want to show you is obviously going to be the biggest one, and I'm going to actually step over here to give you a better look at this one. This is the Anchor 5 series here, and this baby is going to be for somebody needing more power for a longer period of time. This comes in a 60,000 milliamp hour battery and a 90,000. And right when we do the same and plug this in here, you can see your display comes on, and we will let this kick in. But you can see the massive difference right off the bat. Even with the larger power draw, you have over 5 hours of battery life here. This should stabilize at about 7, I would imagine. We've never ran out of juice with this, but keep in mind, if you are charging multiple items at the same time, so if you have a phone getting charged too, that will significantly diminish battery life here. The one call out with this that I do like, you do have the option to plug in solar panels that they do offer. They're actually on sale right now for like 55 bucks, I think, for Black Friday on Amazon. That will significantly improve your longevity here. So you can see we've settled down to about 21 watts, and we are looking at over 8 hours of battery life here. So again, obviously this is going to be one of the more expensive options. However, since it's not a prime power bank like this one, this baby right now is actually on sale for like 89 bucks only, which is really, really inexpensive in the grand scheme. So if you're looking at using Starlink away from connectivity and you want to plug in this dish, I really think these power banks are going to be your best option here. Let us know what you guys think. Are you going to be picking one up? Thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.